Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. It is the 11th of October. It is 11 a.m. I am Mike. I am coming to you today from a slightly cloudy and blustery Gibraltar. We have a busy show, so as always, I am not going to waste too long in the introduction. But suffice to say that today we are going to have a look at Bitcoin. We broke below the level that I said we needed to hold as support. And where are we going to go? So we're going to have a look at that. Also, most of the news is dominated by two topics. The first topic is, of course, Israel and Palestine. And it's difficult to find articles that don't include reference to that. And the second one is, of course, Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, I didn't mention him at all last week because Gary Wang was on the stand, but today it is his ex-girlfriend, so I've got to include a little bit about that. We are going to look at ADA. There's some good news coming out about the development team there. We're going to look as well at Blazelle. Blazelle was brought to my attention quite a few months ago. We had a run-up, and then I suggested a price to get back into Blazelle at, and I'm going to take you through whether we hit that or not. We're going to have a look at footy tokens, what's happening in the UK, especially with football tokens. If you have watched me for some time, you will know that I'm not a fan of them. So bear that in mind when I'm talking about the tokens. And then we're going to talk about Amazon and Immutable X are trying to work on a system to allow people to develop games on the blockchain a lot faster and a lot quicker than they have been able to. And we are then going to finish with a quiz at the end, which as always includes a collection of very simple questions to do with Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto in general, that you can answer or you can ignore. It's entirely up to you. It's a bit of fun at the end of the show because sometimes what we talk about is quite serious. So I like to try and break things up with a little bit of fun at the end. So before we get started with Bitcoin, we're going to have a quick look at the markets to see where we are. Because as you can see, we've come down 2% since the update my menu. There we go. We've come down 2% in the last 24 hours on Bitcoin. The market cap is, of course, down 1.05 trillion. The volume is down a touch. We're still not seeing a lot of volume in the market. But Bitcoin dominance, as I said yesterday, it went over 50%. We're at 50.1%. Why is that significant? Well, as we covered on the stream that I would suggest you go and watch if you want to understand Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, in a nutshell, is the percentage of the overall crypto market. You will see that Bitcoin is 530 billion. It is just a touch over half of the total market cap of crypto. That's why it's important, because in a bull run, as we head up towards the halving, as we head up towards all-time highs, Bitcoin dominance will go up. Some people are calling for 60%, some people are calling for 75% and 70%. Excluding stable coins, that's a possibility. Including stable coins, I don't think that's going to happen. So that's why it's important that we keep an eye on dominance. We keep an eye on volume, because obviously when volume spikes, there's a lot of activity in the market. 26 billion isn't an awful lot. And the market cap, for me, it's important that we hold on to that $1 trillion market cap. We could come lower, and I'm going to cover that in a minute when we look at Bitcoin. In the last 24 hours, as you can see, there are not a lot of gainers. eCash, Leo, Render, Maker, OP are up a touch. What you do tend to find towards the top gainers of the day when we're having a bit of a correction is we tend to see the stable coins. So we tend to see BUSD, TUSD, USDD, Tether, USDC. They're always in the top 10 coins when we're having a correction. Fallers, Tezos, Cosmos, XDC, DYDX, Aave. There isn't really a lot to read into this, to be honest. What you'll find is that most coins have a sell-off and that money goes normally into stable coins, or it can go into Bitcoin. So there isn't really a lot to read into these charts, to be perfectly honest with you. All I would say is that today's not a good day to sell, in my opinion. Today's the day to basically hold on to your britches, hold on for dear life, and see where we're going to go. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a quick read of an article about Bitcoin, and hopefully it will shed some light on where we are. Now, as I said at the start of the show, it's very difficult to avoid the news. So throughout these articles, there will be mention of conflicts in them, and there's not a lot I can do because it affects the crypto market, it affects the markets in general. Now, we all know the impact it has on people's lives, and I don't want to get into a political debate about this, but it's difficult for me to cover the news and not include it, because we don't live in a vacuum of crypto where nothing affects it. So with that being said, we are going to see a lot of volatility in the market because of what is happening. And we did hold up over the weekend. We didn't see too much of a correction, but then when the markets opened yesterday and overnight, we did start to see the price come down. So Bitcoin price is moving lower below the 27,200 support. Bitcoin could decline further if the war escalates in the near term. So Bitcoin is moving lower and showing bearish signs below 27,500. I agree. The price is trading below this in the 100-hour simple moving average. There is a key bearish trend line forming with resistance near 27,500, and that could accelerate a lower price, which I'm going to get onto. We don't need to read too much about this. So I'm going to go through the charts. I'm going to avoid this. I just wanted to basically get on to what the opinion was of News BTC on this. If Bitcoin fails to recover above 27,500, there could be more losses. Immediate support on the downside is near 27,000, or the 1.236 fib extension, and upward from 27,185 to 28,284 high. I don't think that's on the cards. Next major support is near 26.5, so we'll go and have a look at the chart. But of course, it's always prudent to have your own opinion as well as looking at the opinions of other people, and that's what I try and do here. I don't want to be an echo chamber for my own opinions, because clearly that's not what this channel is all about. We are trying to educate people, and we are trying to give people an idea of what's happening, and we try and do it in the most neutral way possible. The only thing I'm not neutral about is, of course, NFTs. I'm not a big fan of rocks and monkeys and those. I am a fan of NFTs that have utility. But anyway, back to Bitcoin. So there's a couple of things that I want to go through with you on this. And that is that since Sunday the 1st of October, we have been within the bull market support band, which is this area here. And at the time of writing, or time of this stream, that is 28,100 down to about 27,400. And I do post some of my thoughts and opinions in places, and I have said that if we lose 27,400 and we fall outside of the bull market support band, then we're going to struggle to get back in. And that's very simply because in the past we've come down, we've hit it, we've bounced, we've hit it, we've bounced, we broke into it, and now we've come down. There is no God-given right that we're going to get back into that bull market support band, so we could be stuck here for a little while below this 27,400. That is my line. That's the first thing. The second thing is we have been putting in these higher lows since the 10th of September, 11th of September. We've been moving up, we've bounced off this line, and this is the line where there is 27,200. This is the line the article was talking about, and that is the base of the upward channel, if you like. And if you see here, we are at this area of liquidity. So this area here is where there is a pocket of liquidity, the same way there is a pocket of liquidity up here. Now, what happens if we lose 27,100? Well, there is a bit of a vacuum, and that vacuum would take us down to 26,600 here, or even further, 26,200. So if we lose 27,000 or $27,050, we are more than likely going to very quickly move down to this area here, which is 26,600. That's the next port of call for HMS Bitcoin. Further down than that, we are getting down towards 25.8, where we spent some time over here at the beginning of September. And if you remember, I did say on my streams that I had Bitcoin coming down as far as 23,000. There's a few areas along here, along the fib lines. So we have 23,600 or 23,500. That's one area. And further down, worst case scenario is we come down to this level, which is at 20,000. Now, I did say a few days ago that I was wrong because I expected that to happen in September. We're way past September. We're nearly at the middle of October and we haven't done that. But that doesn't mean we can't move down there. But they are the worst case scenarios. The best case scenario for Bitcoin today is to move back into this area here. This is the best case scenario for us. We need something to happen to give us some hope. Maybe that is a ceasefire. Maybe that is POTUS or the EU or Israel coming out with something that's going to lead to an end of this. Unfortunately, what tends to happen in these horrible situations is that the banks and the, I don't know what you call them, like the security companies like Lockheed Martin and things like that, they tend to pump. They go up massively in price because people understand that you know, there's a need for finance and there's a need for, you know, things that cause a lot of damage. So that's the downside to the situation that we're in, and it's a horrible situation to be in, and it does affect Bitcoin. And I thought I could try and maybe not talk about it, but it's caused so much of an impact that I can't really avoid it. But as you can see, we're on this line, which is 27,188. If we hold this line here, then we could come back up, and that would be the best case scenario. But for me, at this moment in time, at 11:15, I think we are going to come down a little bit further. Now on to some more happier news to do with ADA. Let's move down. There we go. So full disclosure, I have 2 bags of ADA. I have one in my $15,000 portfolio that at some point I'm going to make a video. I have my main portfolio also has a bag of ADA. Both of those bags are staked, earning the 3 or 4% that you get with Cardano. I'm not a massive fan of Cardano, but if you were to take Bitcoin and Ethereum out of the equation and said, name me 3 coins that you would buy for the next bull run, it would be Cardano, it would be XRP, and the third one possibly would be Solana, because I think Solana has come out of the entire fiasco with FTX, the entire fiasco with it needing to be rebooted. It's come out of that with flying colours, and the community is strong. So they would probably be my 3 picks underneath Bitcoin and Ethereum: Cardano, XRP and Solana. Always remember a couple of things. Number one, This is not financial advice. Don't take anything I say or anything anybody on the internet says. Don't take it as gospel. Go and do your own research on these things. Make sure you understand what you're doing. Carry out correct risk management. And more importantly, make the decision based on the knowledge that you've got. Nobody has a crystal ball. We all know roughly that it's going to go up. We all know roughly it's going to go down. But don't listen to people that tell you there's going to be a $100 Cardano or a $500 XRP. Go and look at the market caps. Go and understand how tokenomics work and make your own decisions. With that being said, if I do talk about a token that I hold, I will tell you that I hold it. If I'm talking about a token that I don't hold, such as Blazel, for example, I'll tell you that I don't hold that token. So I will do as best as I can remember to do and tell you what I hold and what I don't hold. So Cardano regains top spot in development activity according to crypto analytics firm Sentiment. Blockchain says that Ethereum rival Cardano just reclaimed the top spot. According to the market intelligence platform, Cardano recorded 611.4 notable GitHub commits in the past 30 days, leading all other crypto projects. It was previously behind Polkadot, Kusama, and it's now in top spot. So as we can see from this graph, which I'll read out if you can't read it, Cardano is above Polkadot, Kusama, I think that's Hedera, is that Vega Protocol, Chainlink, Status, ICP, Cosmos, and Ethereum. So that is sorted by the highest development. So this is good news. The firm says that high levels of development activity can indicate developers have a confidence in the blockchain's longevity and that new features may be coming soon. Pretty much stating the obvious, however, but we will give them the benefit of the doubt. What I would say is, rather than looking at the top end and looking at the most active blockchains, what you should be doing is looking at the opposite end. What chains have no development going on at all? So chains that have no development tend to be called zombie chains. They just exist. They don't necessarily exist with a future. They just are there. And when you invest into a project and you really, really want to do a deep dive, then this is the level of deep dive you need to look at. What activity is being carried out? Is that activity on new projects? Is it on new technology, new utility, or is it fixing bugs? What is that activity? And the way I look at it is that you can pick the top 10 chains and say that the majority of them are going to be in the top 20 or 30 in terms of activity, because of course programmers want to work on the most active chains, not from the point of view of longevity, but from the point of view of benefiting their own careers. Saying they were a Cardano developer or an Ethereum developer, it gets you paid the big bucks. What you don't want to do is pick a chain like Phantom, which has no development on it, and then put that on your resume, because Phantom is potentially not going to be a very long-term project. So there's a lot of things to look at, and this, for me, I don't pay it a lot of attention, to be honest. I do look at it. I know that Ethereum is up there with Cardano. I know Solana was up there for a while, and then a lot of them migrated to other chains. I don't know what the loading thing in the bottom side of the screen is. I think it's an advert, Web3. I can't get rid of it. There's no close box on it. I literally can't do anything with it, but it's on the page. It's not on my screen. Yeah, I can see it. So the firm also is keeping a close watch on the supply of Bitcoin sitting on crypto exchanges. According to Sentiment, supply of Bitcoin on exchanges is hovering at 5.6%. Now, we're not going to go back over Bitcoin, we've just covered it. The one thing I will say is I predicted the $105,000 Bitcoin price about a year ago. And the reason I predicted that is because of diminishing returns. I've got it at 0.6, which will take us to roughly 105,000. So what I would say is that a supply shock will cause my price to be blown out of the water. So all things being equal, we should hit $105,000. The supply shock is not one of those things that will keep it at equal. 5.6% of the total supply is just over 1 million Bitcoin. There are only 1 million Bitcoin on exchanges. Now, what happens when that 1 million Bitcoin becomes 300,000 or 400,000 Bitcoin? You get to the point where you have a decision to make. Are Bitcoin holders going to say, okay, we're now at $100,000, we're going to throw all of our Bitcoin into exchanges and we're going to sell? Or are the people that hold Bitcoin going to stick to their convictions and never sell their Bitcoin because it's an inflation hedge? Because if that happens, we're going to have the supply shock of generations. Not your generation or my generation, but possibly for the next 2 generations. Because if we run out of Bitcoin on exchanges, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million Bitcoin is on the table. And that is not me giving you moon math. It's not me overhyping it. When you have a scarce asset, you go and look at what happened to the price of gas and oil when the Russia-Ukrainian incident started. You look at how fast that price went up. It was an immediate price increase. Look at what's happened in Israel. They've closed down the production. Look at what's happening to the prices. Once there is a supply shock, whether because it's the production's been turned off or there isn't enough being produced, people are going to look back in 10 years' time and laugh that you are haggling about a $25,000 or $28,000 Bitcoin. They're going to laugh because in 10 years' time, potentially we're at $500,000. So bear in mind that there is a future where every prediction that the Moon Boys have made about Bitcoin becomes correct. In the shorter term, we're not there yet. So that's why you probably shouldn't be listening to these $500,000 predictions. You need to buy some Bitcoin, dump it. No, we don't want Bitcoin to dump. My lowest price for Bitcoin at the minute is $20,000. But to get to $20,000, we have to break 25,200, and we're a long way from that yet. So anyway, this is great news for Cardano. If you don't have a bag of Cardano, I would suggest you look at it. Now, again, when I do the hybrid show is where I look at news and then I look at the charts. That's a hybrid show. So we are not TA analysts, and we are not just going to sit here and give you the news. We're going to try and do both. That's why we call it the hybrid show. And from what we've just read, which is Cardano is the most active blockchain in terms of development, when you compare that to the price action of Cardano, it doesn't stack up, because Cardano has done that since April. I don't want to go too far back, but you can see that Cardano has just been on this absolute brutal descent from, what price was this? 65 cents back in May last year. If we look at the price, October last year we were at 44 cents. So we've come down considerably since October last year. Web3 Superstar, I'm trying my hardest to not bring the prices lower by trying to be a fair, do a fair study of the different projects. You can't just say bring the prices lower. Listen, if somebody said to me tomorrow, I'll give you a 5-cent ADA and a $10,000 Bitcoin, I'd snap the hands off, remortgage my house, and plow it all back into Bitcoin. But I just don't think it's going to happen. So what I would say, if you look at the price of Cardano, can Cardano go lower? Of course it can go lower. If you could look at previous price points, you've got 17.5 cents, you've got 15 cents if you want to go back. If you look at where we are now, we've come down to the December 2022 low. Now what happened in the December 2022 low is that we had all of the fallout from FTX. We were in the bear market. everything was going pear-shaped. Now, we've come out of the bear market, or we're coming out of the bear market. I tell you what, if Cardano goes to 10 cents, I'm buying $10,000 of Cardano immediately. That's going to happen. But I just can't see a 10-cent Cardano. I can see a 20-cent Cardano, and I can see a 17.5-cent Cardano. I can see us coming down to, I mean, if you look here, 17 cents, you've got the price from 2018, you've got the price from 2020. So you could see a 17 to 18 cent Cardano. But look at where the liquidity is on Cardano. We have a price range of 26 cents, 31 cents. If we look at the fib levels, we've got a 40 cent level there. We've got a 46 cent level there. So we have a lot of potential upward movement. Now, if I was going to look at a price to take profits, so if you're in this to make profits, you'd be looking at a 33 cent ADA to try and take profits, because it's been both resistance and support. So let's say that there is an end to all conflict, which is what we want, of course. Then would we see a short-term price pump? Probably. And ADA would come up to here, which is 31.5 cents. Now, why is that liquidity pool under this fib level? Because there is no point in you placing your sell order dead on this price, because it might not get to this price. It might hover underneath. So selling at 31.5 cents means you catch all that range there, all that price action there. If you place it too high, you clip off the levels of resistance. So 31.5 cents would be a good place to sell in the short term. In the long term, I expect a $3 Cardano. Why do I expect a $3 Cardano? Because it's the most criminally undervalued project in crypto. People will say it's XRP, people will say it's Solana. I understand XRP has been suppressed, I understand that Solana's had a load of bad publicity. But Charles has said time and time again, I would rather build something properly than build something quickly. And I wholeheartedly agree with him, because you have one opportunity to get this right. At the end of the day, if he went ahead and followed the same roadmap as Ethereum and Solana and got it wrong, like they have done, then it would ruin the reputation of Cardano. Cardano it's like a cult, it's like a religion of its own. The followers are wholly bought into Cardano, and it's being built to solve problems. It's not being built to line your pockets with gold. So when people realise this is going to happen, it's going to go to $3, and everything on my charts says $3. If you look at the previous all-time high, you use my diminishing returns multiplier, you get to $3, $3.50. So Cardano for me, big fan of the CEO. He is a bit crazy. He has gone looking for UFO debris off the coast of, where was it now? Did he go looking for the debris? Was it Samoa? I think he went to Samoa. Off the coast of Samoa, he's found debris. So anyway, big fan of Cardano. Would you go wrong buying in this range? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. You've potentially got another 40% to the downside. 30% to the downside maybe. But if it does hit $2.50, you've 10x'd. So maybe look to start accumulating. Maybe look to start dollar cost averaging in. So maybe look to buy $5, $10, $20 of Cardano every week. Do it on a Sunday morning. Just look to buy. If you want to buy Cardano, that is, look to start to dollar cost average in about now. These are great prices. If it does go down to 17, 18 cents, you'll be buying it at 24, 22, 20, 18, 17 and a half. And then when the price goes up to $1, your average price is probably going to be about 22 cents anyway. You've made your money. But now, for me, it's a good time. Ben Cowen, as I said yesterday, He was saying that you should hold Bitcoin all the way to the end of the year, possibly into the beginning of next year. If you want to do that, perfectly fine. Remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And for me, if you're not watching the charts every day, then you shouldn't be taking his advice as gospel either. If you want to hold XRP, Cardano, Solana, buy at these prices, but dollar cost average in. And if you do that over the course of the next 6 months, you are not going to go too far wrong. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, I'm running out of time, but I very cleverly didn't put an article with this because I didn't want to spend too long on it. And that is to do with a question that I have asked. Give me 1 second. I've just realised that my chat has stopped working, so give me a second while I do a quick restart of the chat. Also, I suppose while I'm doing this, it's a good time to remind everybody watching that we are a self-financed channel, and what that means is that we're not paid by anybody to make these streams. So how can you help us? First of all, you can give us a follow, you can give us a like. All of this advice that we give you is free advice, and it's a free opinion, and we do it every day. We stream Monday to Sunday every day. Friday we stream a little bit later for religious reasons, to allow people to come back from prayer, but most days it's 11 o'clock. So let me just drop a box here, and then I'll be straight back with you. So make sure you give us a follow. It doesn't cost you anything other than your time to click a button. And also, smash the likes, smash the love heart, smash whatever you've got. That's the next most important thing. And because this is a two-way stream, you will have noticed that I have been talking to Web3 Superstar. That is not because I like him more than I like you. It's because he asks questions and he drops comments into chat. If you have any comments or anything you want to ask, feel free. This is supposed to be, as I say, every day. This is supposed to be a two-way conversation. So a big good morning to Jane, who has just joined us. I hope you're doing well, Jane. Don't forget to say hello in chat. And I will crack on with this chart about Blazelle. Now, so Marlene, who is a big fan of the show, and we are also a big fan of Marlene. Marlene brought Blazelle to our attention. I can actually tell you from the chart. August time. He said, have you heard of Blazelle? I said no. I then went and made a video about it. Video, I explained what project. And I always say this, we're not sponsored. We don't get paid to do this. So all of our opinions are ours. So Blazelle is trying to build a blockchain for gaming. It's specific. What I like about this is, if you say to me, what is Cardano trying to solve? I would say health and education. If you said to me, what is Ethereum? I would say it's the computer of the internet. If you said Bitcoin, what is it? I would say it is a store of value and it is an inflation hedge. What is Blazelle? It's a gaming blockchain, right? When you think of a blockchain in your head, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And if you can't think of something, then that blockchain has a problem. It can't be all things to all men and women. It has to have a purpose to exist. Solana. What is Solana? It is fast and it is incredibly cheap. So that brings games and NFTs to it because it's fast and cheap. So think about that. Think about the blockchains that you hold. Why are you holding them? What problem is it going to solve? Does it have competition? Now, Blazelle, of course, has competition. Indirectly, it is competing, in my opinion, with the likes of Gala Games, because it is trying to steal the gaming market from Gala. It has a long way to go. It's very, very new. It only has maybe one game on it. But that's by the by. I'm not here to talk about Blazell. I'm here to talk about the price action. Now, on the stream, I said quite a few weeks ago, whatever you do, do not buy Blazell at 20-21 cents, because it has completely blown. If you look here, look at where the RSI is. Can't draw on that part of the chart. Look at where the RSI is. Absolutely pumped out of the price range. It was completely overbought, and it was overbought here. It had a small retracement. It was overbought here. Now, look at where the price action is now. The price action has come all the way down. The RSI is all the way down here at 35. It was at 35 here. It has come down before in the past to 31. So the RSI on the daily chart has cooled off. And I said, don't look to buy until you get towards the 12-cent mark. If you don't believe me, go and look at the video. I put the 3 coins that I cover in the title of every stream. Go and have a look at the video and you will see I said don't buy until it comes down to previous resistance. And lo and behold, if you look here, this is between maybe 11.4 to 12.6. That's previous resistance. Where are we now? We're exactly down to where I said is a good accumulation phase. Could this come lower? Absolutely. We could come down to its moving average, which is here at 10 cents and change, okay? So we could come down here, and then are we going to see a move up or a move down? I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you if it's going to go up and down. What I can tell you is that it's oversold, and it's coming down to a key level of support. If it holds this level of support, then I would expect to move up to potentially this level here, where we've touched before, which is about 15 cents. Not a huge move up, agreed, but this is a speculative coin. This is a coin where it's unproven. It's not like buying Ethereum or Solana or Cardano. It's buying a speculative coin. This coin could do this. Okay, it could very well do that. We don't have confirmation yet. And by confirmation, I mean we don't know if it's going to do this or not, or come down to the support band and do this. So I'm not saying that you should buy this coin today. I am saying you should look to buy it around 12 cents. We're at 11.6 cents. This line, this fib level here is 11.2 or 11.4. So we're there or thereabouts. So if you are going to buy Blazell or buy back in, but I don't know if Marlene has sold hers. I don't know if I think she shorted it as well from 20 cents. So I think she's made a huge chunk of cash out of this. But from my point of view, I've brought this up because it's one of those coins where do you buy back in? What do you do when you've held a coin that's done this and you've sold and you've taken profits? Where do you buy back in? Well, the two things I do. You look at previous level of resistance here. You look at the moving average, which is here. They're within range of each other. So today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, we should find out where this coin is going to go. And it doesn't matter if you miss the coin. There's no point in timing the bottom. There's no point in timing the top. What you should do is you should be selling about here. And let's say it does bounce. Let's say the coin does this. You should be buying about here. Don't try and time there. Don't try and time there, because that's just a fool's errand. You want to be catching 90% of the gains, right? And don't kick yourself if you sell something which goes on a massive, massive run up, because it's all about the profit in your pocket. You are running your own race. You are not running somebody else's race. There is going to be somebody that's timed the top to perfection and timed the bottom to perfection. Who cares? If you're making 200% profit a year, it doesn't matter. So I wanted to bring that up because I wanted to give you an example of what to look for when a coin retraces from reaching from going through price discovery to a new all-time high or a new local all-time high, where does it come back to, what to look for? So hopefully that's given you an idea of what you can look for when, let's say another coin does the same thing. If you were here, you would know it's about to reach the same level of overbought. So you would have known about here that price was going to shoot up a bit more and maybe have a blow off top. And then maybe you would have gone, right, well, I'm going to sell off at a psychological level of 20 cents. Well, if you'd have sold at 20 cents, you'd have missed an extra cent. You'd have missed an extra 5%. If you'd have sold at 20 cents, we're now down at 11.5. So if you buy back in here, you can nearly buy double the coins that you previously sold here. So don't try and time the top. Try and time it based on what you feel is going to happen. And now, to another one. A friend, I'd like to call him a friend of the show. Not really a friend of the show. He's somebody we talk about a great deal. And that is Sam Bankman-Fried. We're not going to spend a great deal of time on this, but I did want to bring it up because something incredibly funny was said during the trial. Imran, I am not going to give you $25. You have no chance on earth of me giving you $25. In fact, what I would like people to do is smash the like button, give us a follow, and if you like what we've said, if you listen to any of our knowledge and you like what we have to say, we do accept donations. I'm not going to lie, we accept donations. We've bought more equipment that's going to be arriving in Gibraltar in the next 3 or 4 days. New microphones to solve the problem of the echo. It has built-in noise reduction. So we are spending our own money to try and help ourselves. If you want to help us out, we are not going to stop you. Now, why did I bring this up? Very simply, Gary Wang and Caroline Ellison are going to throw him under the bus. Literally throw him under the bus. Sam Bankman-Fried wanted to be the US president, according to Caroline Ellison. Now, I don't know if you've ever worked in an office or if you've ever worked in a group of people and you have been with a group of people and you make jokes and you laugh at things and you say, I want to be the King of England. See, I've said that. Now, in a witness trial, all of you listening, including Web3 Superstar, would take the stand and say, Mike wanted to be the King of England. And lo and behold, we now have a headline where Sam Bankman-Fried wants to be the president of the USA. Do I think for 1 second he was going to be the president or think he was going to be the president of the USA? No, I don't. There he is with his beautiful haircut. Now, I'm not going to go into too much about this. All I will say is that when you're down, your closest allies become your fiercest enemies. And like him or not, and he did commit serious fraud, he did try and undermine the American political system. He was in bed with Gary Gensler, he was in bed with Hillary Clinton. He's not a nice guy, but she is no saint. She is no saint. Gary Wang is no saint. They are basically washing themselves of all responsibility and putting it all on the shoulders of Sam Bankman-Fried. So what you're going to hear in the next couple of weeks is likely to be a load of baloney. They're making it up and they're going to make themselves sound like they are victims. And Gary Wang and Caroline Ellison are just as guilty as Sam Bankman-Fried, and they deserve to spend the 100 or 200 years in prison that he is going to get. So I'm just telling you that because you see these headlines and you think, what a nasty person this Sam Bankman-Fried is. Well, she's just as bad. Now, believe it or not, we have our second article from Sky. I never really cover anything outside of the crypto daily papers. But this one resonated with me, and that's because I've been saying on this channel for a long time that I'm just not a fan of football tokens. Now, a brief history of football tokens, which reminds me we are missing quiz off the menu. Let me go and... Okay, so Why am I not a fan of football tokens? Well, a brief history. Nearly all football tokens are created by the same company. That company creates Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, I believe Barcelona have got one, Mexico, Argentina, the national sides have got one, and they are cash grabs. That's what they are. They're not real. They are not worth anything. And the Culture, Media and Sports Committee in the UK have accused clubs of promoting volatile crypto asset schemes to extract additional money from loyal supporters, and that is exactly what they have done. So we've read that bit. So Dame Caroline Dinage, in the world of sport, clubs are promoting volatile crypto asset schemes to extract money with promises of privileges and perks that fail to materialise. And this is the issue. If you haven't got something that is embroidered into the fabric of your club, it is not going to work. If you have some chancers that come to your club and say, hey, do you want to make 10 million quid? Can you promote this token to your fans? And when they buy it, we'll give you 10 million quid and we'll look after the token. And all you've got to do is show a few of them around the stadium and introduce them to a player or two. Most football clubs are going to nod in agreement and say, let's go for it. And they're not going to think twice. And they're not going to think twice about the damage it does to their club, the damage it does to the fans, and the money that those fans lose. That's my problem. If these football clubs wanted to offer a token or something to their fans, they should offer it as an NFT. If you buy a season ticket, you get your NFT. If you buy the season ticket the following year, you get to upgrade your NFT. And over a certain number of years, you get a silver, bronze, gold NFT that allows you to be entered into different draws. You are rewarding the loyal fans. It does not cost them anything. It does not cost you as a club an awful lot of money to do that. And it gives the fans perks in addition to making them feel special amongst their friends. Maybe their actual season ticket goes from bronze, silver to gold. Who knows? Who cares? But charging you $5 a token to buy into PSG is stealing from you, because you're never going to get anything from PSG in return. And if you do, and you win a stadium tour worth $40, $50, you're going to have to pay for flights to Paris, pay for hotels in Paris, to go on a $30 or $40 stadium tour for free. It's going to cost you $800 for a $40 perk. It's a scam. They're all scams. I've said this from the start. They are all scams. It should never have been allowed to happen, but we're in an unregulated market, and as I say every day on the stream, our job here is not to make you rich, it's to try and stop you from becoming poor. And this is an example of you losing money. And that's all it is. If you want to own a part of your club, buy a season ticket, buy a shirt. Yes, they make profit off it, but you physically get a t-shirt in return, or you physically get a season ticket. When you buy these tokens, there's nothing stopping these tokens going to 1 cent. So for me, Socios need to be called into line. It is going to cause financial harm, and this is why we need regulation. This is why you cannot get rid of the SEC. You cannot get rid. The UK has been panned for Brexit. The UK has been panned for lots of things in the last few years, but when it comes to crypto, they are getting it right more often than not. And for that, we should be happy, because the job of the regulator in the UK is to protect you if you're in the UK. Obviously, you're not in the UK, by the way, because we're not allowed to stream there. But if you were watching us somewhere else, their job's to protect you. Gary Gensler's gone too far. He's not protecting you. He's gone to the point of damaging your ability to make money. Now, we're going to move on, as always. Finish with something a bit nicer than normal. Where are we? Go and check chat and make sure everybody is still alive. I can't read the chat. So, for the regulars, if you are here, I can't see your chat. For the last few days, I can't read what you've had to say. I do apologise. I am very sorry, but what I am going to do is I'm going to get through this article, do the quiz. I'm going to bring up the Bitcoin chart just to see where we are, just to see if we've recovered. So I'm also going to make this headline a little bit smaller because you can't quite see it. There we go. So Amazon and Immutable want to make it easier to launch crypto games. So they want to develop blockchain gaming infrastructure solutions. And this, I believe, is needed. Why is it needed? Because why should you have to reinvent the wheel every time you want to make something? If you go back to the early days of the internet, you could buy, was it called Webweaver, which was a program to make websites. Why do you have to make a website from scratch? You shouldn't have to. Why do you have to make a data-driven website from scratch? You shouldn't have to. The same in crypto. Why do you have to develop everything from scratch when you can have tools already built to connect you to the blockchain? That's where we need to get to. I speak a lot about the need for people to have access to crypto in an easy way. At the minute, we don't have that. You look at MetaMask and you give MetaMask to your mum or gran and ask her to use it. She won't have a clue. Okay? In 2 years' time, if you give her the X app on her phone and tell her to send you 10 Doge as a tip, she'll be able to do it because the technology and the UI will be built and it will be there and it will be easy to understand. We need to do the same thing for developers. We want people to build in crypto. Why make it so hard for them? So the accelerator program is going to allow them to build Ethereum compatible Immutable X blockchains, games, and it gives them technical support and $100,000 in credits, which is basically hosting. We are able to provide our vast network of game developers with a turnkey solution for quickly building and scaling Web3 games, said Immutable Chief Commercial Officer Jason Suin in a statement. Gaming is one of the fastest growing subsectors of the blockchain industry. Kearney would not confirm how many crypto firms are part of the Accelerate program, but told Decrypts GG that in order to qualify, companies must be part of AWS's partner program as well as meet other unspecified requirements, which means it's probably jobs for the boys, and they're doing it for people that they like rather than doing it for everybody. Mr. Payco, good morning. Suvu Molik, good morning. I am able to see chat. F8, thank you. Right, where we are. Right, well, everything is running slow today. So as far as I can see, this is good news and something that we should applaud. What we don't want to do is we don't want people to come to crypto, play really crappy games, get a token that's not worth anything, and then leave. So this is a good thing. So Immutable X and the up-and-coming Immutable ZK EVM are both Ethereum scaling networks and support crypto games like Gods Unchained, Guild of Guardians, along with Illuvium, Metalcore, and Cross of Ages. Great news. Absolutely great news. Now, let's bring up TradingView. Let's bring up Bitcoin. Let's see where we are. Good morning, A40. Thank you for joining the stream. Nice of you to come here. Let me hit refresh on my screen. Good morning, trading for a living. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. There we go. Okay, let's have a look now at Bitcoin. Let's see where we have gone. I believe we've had a little bit of price action, have we not? We have indeed. And we appear, if I bring that up, to be back within the range. Now, bounced. Are we going to bounce? If we are going to bounce, where are we likely to go? We are likely to go somewhere near potentially $29,000. if we follow the same pattern that we've got. But we'll leave that on the screen and we will crack on with the quiz. So, a minute, there we go. If you could only see the massive amounts of technology that we have that go into this production, you would be amazed. I look like Iron Man. I have about 12 wires hanging from every part of this machine. Microphones, mobile phones, mice, all sorts. What we're going to do now is we're going to crack on with the quiz. So wherever you are, let me explain how this works. This is supposed to be a little bit of fun. Why is the menu so out today? It just doesn't listen to me today. I'm trying to get the menu to highlight quiz, and it's highlighted quiz on my admin center, and it's currently over markets. So at some point, is it actually going to move? Literally been playing up there. Oh, it's gone down to BLZ price. It's still not supposed to be there. Let me just hit refresh. While I'm hitting refresh, don't forget to press the follow button, press the like button, hit everything but go. That's what we'd like you to do today, because we come here, we like talking to you guys, we like talking about crypto, we like giving you the information that we have, and we hope that you enjoy listening to us. Right, so let's crack on with the quiz. This is supposed to be a bit of fun at the end of the show. It is not meant to do anything, it's not meant to catch you out or anything, and remember, if you don't know the question, most people will post the answer in chat. So the first question is an easy one. Is Ethereum proof of work or proof of stake? All you have to do is put POS or POW into chat, and then I will let you know if you have won or not. That is pretty much all you have to do when it works. It's so slow today. I don't know if it's my internet connection, I don't know what is happening, but everything is just like a snail. Right, I think I've just asked the question. So, is Ethereum proof of work or proof of stake? All you have to do is put the answer into chat and you have won. And I've really no idea if that question has appeared or not. Hit refresh, go back in. So slow. Really is slow. There we go. Okay. Question has been asked. Is Ethereum proof of work or proof of stake? There's a lot of people getting this wrong. A lot of people getting this wrong. So the answer is proof of stake. Ethereum is proof of stake. It switched over towards the end of last year to use validators. You can stake your Ethereum. You can earn about 3.6% interest a year by staking your Ethereum. Lots of people got that wrong. A few of you got it right. Frederick, Carlos, Addy Crypto, Master Flip, Tariq, Eagle Wings, C-Roll, Munaya, congratulations. You're all correct. It is proof of stake. It was proof of work this time last year, but it did switch. Saka, you are most welcome. Next question. While you're waiting for the question, don't forget to smash the like button. Let's try and get to 12,000 likes today. We're on 9,000. Let's try and get to 12,000 likes. Next question. And this isn't a trick question, but it has to be answered in lower case. If you put the answer in uppercase, you're not going to win. So the question is, Blazel, the token that we looked at today, Blazel has what ticker name? What is the 3-letter name of Blazel? Now, we covered this, we've talked about it, I brought the chart up, you should know the answer to this. I'm not going to give you any hints or any clues, but just let me say, the answer is potentially in the title of the show. Addy Crypto is correct. Lots of people getting this right now. Lots of correct answers. "23 correct answers so far. 26. This is more like it. 31, 33 correct answers. I think the top number of correct answers we got yesterday was something like 44, 45. So that's the record we have to beat today. Today we've got 40 correct answers. The answer is, of course, BLZ. That is the ticker name of Blazel, which is the token we looked at during the stream. I'm just waiting for the correct answers to load. Frederick, Addy, Tariq got it right again. You know what? Tariq's managing to avoid the RNG monkey today. Apmic, Pipile, Eagle Wings, It's Queen, Mohammed, Salim, congratulations. Sakina 0.01, you have been tickled by the RNG monkey. Gololski, IP man, welcome back. So just so you know, anything that you do win is random. It's not picked by me, it's just a random amount. So don't think I've singled you out. It would be great to be able to see what you're saying, but there are an incredible number of spam messages in chat everywhere today. Next question. Okay. I want you to give me the name of the blockchain that is powered by ADA. Again, we've covered ADA today on the stream. What blockchain is ADA the currency of? So all you have to do is put the 7-letter name of that blockchain into chat and you have won. Who is going to get that right first? Elra here, Tariq, Addy, you're all correct. Boom Bazooka, nice to see you back in chat. C-Roll is correct. Mustafiz, Munaya, IP Man, Jeff, congratulations. Either we've got a very, very clever chat room today, or you're all copying the answers of Addy Crypto and Tariq. That's all I'll say on the matter. I'm not calling you cheaters, but there's an awful lot of people getting this right. And remember, you have to spell Cardano correctly or you won't win. 30 correct answers on this one so far. 31 correct answers across the board. Frederick Rubin, Boom Bazooka, I'm not going to read you out if I've already read you out, that makes no sense. Congratulations to you all. That's a very good number of correct answers on that one. Also, the views are down. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is with the monkey. I don't know. Alright, let's have another question. Bell's question, we've had a Cardano question. I suppose it's about time we had a Bitcoin question. What you need to do in this question, I am going to give you two options. You need to put the correct one into chat. The total Bitcoin supply, is that 21 million or 25 million? What is the total supply of Bitcoin going to be? We're currently at 19.5 million. So all you need to do is type 21M or 25M and you will win. User 44, I'm not going to give you $5. Not going to happen. Remember, you need to put 21M or 25M to win. If you just type the number 21 or 25, you're not going to win. I'm going to let you into a secret as well today. So normally I have my coffee with a drop of milk and nothing else. And this morning I went to the cupboard and there was no milk. There was no milk in the fridge. There was no milk in the cupboard. I had no milk to have with my coffee. So what I've had to do is put a drop of cinnamon syrup, which I'm not a fan of sweet syrups. I've had to put that in my black coffee. So you might think that this is all rock and roll and razzmatazz and cocktails and cigars at 11 o'clock in the morning, but I can assure you it certainly isn't. It certainly is not. Now, I can't see who got that right, but an awful lot of you. Munaya got it right for a start off. Islam Buzeki got it right. Sevak got it right. Congratulations to all the people that got that right. Sometimes the answers disappear off my screen and I can't see them. So we're at 10,400 likes. We need another 1,600 likes to get to 12,000. So while I'm asking the question, smash the like button. Help us get to 12,000 likes. And there we are at 7,400 likes in another place. So while you're there and waiting for the next question, can you also smash the like button? Let me hit refresh. We're at 7,445 likes, which is good. If you could smash the like button, that would really, really help us out. The more likes we get, the more we can say that we are popular, and hopefully we can get some advertisers on board. Next question. Let me think of something easy that isn't going to catch you out. Or, you know what? I've not asked a chicken question in a long time. I'm going to ask a chicken question. Now, for those of you that don't know what a chicken question is, I ask a slightly more difficult question. And the people in chat that know the answer don't say what the answer is in chat until the very end. Stop people from stealing their answers. And the reward for this chicken quiz is I increase the reward on it. So for those of you out there, don't answer the question if you know it until the timer is about 10 or 15 seconds. The question, and it doesn't matter where you are, if you're watching in different places, you answer when you want. The question is, Charlie Lee founded what chain? Charlie Lee founded what chain? If you know the answer to that, do not enter it until the end, because people will copy your answer and there's a good chance you're not going to win. So Charlie Lee founded what chain? And I'm going to call out the first person to get it right as breaking the chicken. In fact, the first person that answers it gets the title of chicken for the rest of the stream. Nobody's got it right so far. No, I need the full name of the chain. I don't need the ticker name. I need the full name of the chain. You're all giving me the ticker name, and that's not the answer. And everybody is now copying you, and that is not the right answer. Now, was that have you just played chat? Because if you have, that is genius. Lucky Crypto Fort, you have just played an absolute blinder. I don my hat to you, sir, or miss. What? That is how it is done. I never thought about that. Giving the wrong answer at the start so everybody copies the wrong answer, and then putting the right answer at the end. You are a genius. Now, winners. We managed to get 6 people. Lucky Crypto Fortune has won. Tariq, Pipale, Megumi, IU, and Tushar. Congratulations. That is exactly how you play the chicken game. So the answer is Litecoin. Charlie Lee founded the chain Litecoin. And what Crypto Lucky Fortune did, which was genius, was he typed LTC into chat and then everybody copied the wrong answer. Now, I never thought about that. So who said Litecoin first? So IU, Pitplay got it right. Tariq, Megumi. So Lucky Crypto Fortune walks away with the title Chicken for the stream. And you know what I'll do? If you come on to Telegram after the show, I will give you a special reward for that. Because that's what I might start doing from now on, is I might start giving people rewards for getting the chicken. The chicken is the person who answers the chicken question first. Tariq, how do you get the chicken title? You get the chicken title from answering the question first, because you've chickened out. You're the first one to chicken on the chicken question. And what I would love to do, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do a private stream on these platforms to get people in to play like a proper like OG Clever Crypto People show, where we do a separate show where the questions are incredibly hard, but we then triple the rewards and stuff like that. So that's what we'd like to do. So the answer is, of course, Charlie Lee founded Litecoin. That's the chicken question. And that's the question that we ask. And Lucky Crypto Fortune has won the title of Chicken. So from now on, when I call his name out, he will be called Chicken. Now, this is a 2-word answer, and you need to spell them both right, and you need to put them in lowercase. Who owns X? So all you need to do is tell me who owns X. Put the answer in chat. It's got to be the full. Now, it is a trick question, Tariq. I want the full name in lowercase of the owner of X. Has to be in lowercase. Tariq, you are correct. Munaya is correct. You see, I've got to try and catch the OGs out occasionally by just changing the question slightly. Because I think Tariq and Munaya and Adil, I think they sit there and I think they've got a notepad open on the side of the stream, and I think they copy and paste the answers in. So I think they've got to that stage of knowing all the questions that we're going to ask, and now is where I start to catch you all out. 18 correct answers. Remember, the answer has to be in lowercase or you won't win. So, who got that right? Tushar, Chicken got that right. Adi, Malik Tatmore, Eagle Wings, C-Roll, congratulations, you are all correct. Well done to every one of you. Now I'm going to drop the final box because it's 12:15, believe it or not. We have managed to fill an hour and 15 minutes of the show. I know you want more questions, but my voice I've been talking for 75 minutes and now my voice needs a rest, so I'm going to drop a box. Yes, I am on Twitter. You just need to go and look me up. I'm also in other places. You can just go and type in Crypto Warehouse and you will be able to find us. I can't give you any hints or tips, but if you are watching in certain places, all of my contact details are underneath and you will be able to get hold of me however you want. But I am on Twitter, yes. Second, let me just drop the box. 1 minute, and then I'll do some housekeeping, and then I'm gonna go and drink even more coffee. Okay, so very quickly, we will be streaming tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The title of the show at the minute is normally called TBC because we pick 3 projects a day to cover. Today we covered Bitcoin, Cardano and Blazelle. Tomorrow we will cover 3 different coins. All you have to do is give us a follow, click on the stream and press remind to remind you of us. We stream every day at 11 o'clock apart from Fridays at 1 o'clock. I'll be back tomorrow at 11. I'll be back on Friday at 1. I'll be back on Saturday at 11. So do us a favour, give us a follow. It doesn't cost you anything. If you do want to tip us, if you enjoyed the show, we do accept tips. We are not paid to do this. It is all out of our own pockets. So with all that being said, thank you to the regulars. Thank you to the newcomers who will become regulars. And I will see you all in the morning, bright and early. And all I'll have to say now is have a great day. See you soon.